A lot of you may not know me, but we're about to change that real quick. I'm Ashanti Stroman, CEO of Grind to the Green, aka A3, when I'm on the mic. You feel me? So today we're gonna talk about below sea level. So I know a lot of you may have a lot of preconceptions about what come to your mind, but it's exactly what it sounds like. Below sea level. I feel like lately in life I've been drowning, and I'm sure I'm not the only one out there worldwide that feels like that. I mean, honestly, let's face it. One day you can be on top of the world, feeling like you have it all together, and then one thing can happen, and boom, there it is. Reality kicks in, and you just feel real low. Sometimes we wake up like that. Sometimes it's a certain situation. Sometimes it's just our mindset. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So my first topic is cruise control. So what I like to call cruise control, if you all are not used to hearing it like that, that's when everything is so good. I mean, like, you look good, you feeling good, everything you touch is golden. It's just no wrong. Like, you don't see wrong. It's like you're invincible. Now that's what you want to call cruise control. That's where we want to live most of our life, but that's impossible. And I guess I took my cruise control for a longer ride than it was built to last. So I recently graduated, July 31st from Florida International University. I got my bachelor's degree in psychology. So what happened to me was 2 weeks after that, everything happened. Let's just face it. Everything happened. So instantly, my body went into defense. Automatically shut down, wasn't working out, didn't want to go to work. It affected my relationships, personal, both and intimate. I mean, I was just not myself. I didn't know what was going on, but I realized I finally got out of cruise control. Not saying that I had it easy, but being on campus, being a student athlete, being involved, it was easy. Like, it was challenging, but it was easy. Like, who doesn't want to learn? Who doesn't want to stay on campus, go out, practice, have my teammates, my friends, my peers, become a part of all these different networks, all these organizations, help me find myself, just to identify. So I was just living a good life, staying up 2 a.m., going out, hopping in the pool when I feel like it. All the food you can imagine at my fingertips, all the resources, concerts, just really living that undergrad college life. I'm not sure if any of my listeners out there recently just graduated or have been to college, but I'm pretty sure most of you have experienced college through somebody or personally. So you know what I'm talking about. College can get real sweet to where you actually forget it's a whole world out there. I forgot that it was a whole world out there, from traveling and playing ball and being a national champion twice. I mean, I took real life for granted just for a second, and graduating from college instantly woke me up. It was just like boom, bam, bomb. That was it. There was no sliding into that, no Vaseline. It was straight up. And I guess I could say that I'm still, healing from that process, but I learned a couple of things. I learned one, which is a huge cliche, but life waits for nobody, right? I want to repeat that for anybody who's listening. Life waits for nobody. I don't care who you are, who you think you know, where you've been, what you've done, where you're going to go. Life waits for nobody. So you better stay ahead. Not even catch up. Stay ahead, okay? Full warning. Heard it here first. Stay ahead. Hashtag stay ahead. Put it everywhere. Tell your coworkers. Tell babe. Tell your stepchild. I'm not sure. Anybody who's willing to listen. Tell them to stay ahead. Two, I learned you cannot play victim. Because when you play victim, life will grab you and, excuse my French, shake the living shit out of you. Like, that's just what life will do to you. Life will let you know that, hey, I don't care. I don't care. Life doesn't judge on social status, color, self-identification. It does not matter. Life will just hit you like it hits no other. Three, you must keep going. You can't even take a second, even when you burnt out or you're exhausted, so to speak, which that doesn't exist, but we'll get into that later. I don't want to overflood you guys. Let's keep in mind I'm a scatterbrain, so if you can keep up with me, I applaud you. So yeah, always keep moving forward, as Ellen DeGeneres said in the mouth of Dory, keep swimming. I mean, speaking of Ellen DeGeneres and Finding Nemo, that movie was classic. Like, classical things take time. So even if it's a movie or if it's a new gig or idea you have or an accomplishment, just follow these three rules. Stay ahead, don't play victim, and keep going. And I'm pretty sure anything you set yourself out to do, it's going to happen. I mean, don't get it twisted. You will fall into cruise control. I don't care who you are. You can look it up. I mean, I'm calling it something different, but we all take life for granted. That's pretty much cruise control is. You just think it's too easy. You just slide and bop and just, chilling, just out here really living life, like me. I went to school in Miami, Florida, right by South Beach. I was in the tourist attraction, but I didn't let it get me. I completed what I came to do, and that's to graduate, and I got so much more out of that. I did everything that I never would imagine. Like, I thought I just went there for college, but I came out with so much more. But I did get stuck in cruise control, but life handled that real quick. So, that's fine. And in the midst of that, I realized to get out of this slump that I'm calling sea level, below sea level, I had to break up with the old me. Correction, I'm still currently breaking up with the old me, and that's one of the hardest things I have gone through in my short 22 years. Thank God. Breaking up with your old self is really hard because you're going against habits, traditions, morals, demons, even things you have not admitted to yourself, even said out loud before. You're going under, digging deep beneath the surface, and you're allowing all of that you have suppressed to rise up. And not only allowing it to rise up, but you have chosen to face it. So I'm gonna just let that sit and resonate a little bit. Like, imagine what you are really asking from yourself. Okay? So breaking up with your old self is just new level, like new level. But with where I'm at today and all I've accomplished and all I want to accomplish, it's a no-brainer. You have to break up with your old self. You have to sacrifice your old self to create the new you that you deserve. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as 1 + 1. We all know that's 2, hopefully. Hey, and if you don't know it's 2, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to inspire, educate, and entertain. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But, yeah, you have to get out of that relationship with your old self. It's just as simple as that. You have to really get deep into what you are. Like, you have to feel the present. Don't get stuck in the past and don't skip to the future. I mean, feel in the present. And feeling the present is something very hard. That's something the mind has to consciously challenge the emotions to do. To live in the present is just something so rare. I mean, think about it. These days, we can't even enjoy concerts. So the first thing we do, put it on live Facebook. We're recording it. We're all this tons of stuff, Snapchatting it. Instagram has a Snapchat now. Facebook has a live feed. Like, we don't even see things for what they really are anymore because we cannot get deep in our environment. And the power of environment is strong, and it's something that should not be taken lightly. But today, it is being taken lightly. So it's things like that that can put you in cruise control again. You have to really live in the environment and stop latching on to all these different things. I mean, I'm not here to judge, but it's so many distractions out there, and it's about, we're all going to get distracted, but I guess it's about, when it's all said and done, how many distractions are you going to allow to keep you from what you really want to do? How many distractions are you going to accept? How many distractions does it take for you to see that, hey, you know what? This is not where I want to be. For you to actually pull over and be like, I'm in cruise control, man. Because sometimes you're in cruise control, but you feel like you need for speeding that thing. Like, you feel like you driving, you attentive, you ready for a deer to pop out, you watching the little kid that's playing ball, you watching the grandma that's sitting on the porch, but you're not. You're in cruise control with the top back, just chilling. And it's a mistake of perception of yourself. And that's something we as humans fall short in. And it's easily to be misunderstood. I'm not here saying that you just have to find, you have to locate, okay, am I in cruise control now? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, don't misunderstand yourself. Everybody else is already going to misunderstand you. Don't misunderstand yourself. Because guess what? Life is beautiful. Let's just touch back on that. My grandma is 91 years old. It is August 11th, 2017, 1:39 a.m. My grandma is 91 years old. That is a blessing in itself, period. Even if she can't talk, think, eat, that's just a blessing. Thank God my grandmother is in mint condition. Like, she's healthy as a horse. It's crazy. Not to mention. But, yeah, life still only gets worse. So I think that's why I have broken up my old self to help preserve my mind, my body, and my soul for what's coming. Because life only gets more challenging day after day after day. Like, the better you do, the more challenges come your way. That's just something you have to accept. You cannot run from that. You cannot avoid it. You cannot turn a blind eye to that. You have to stare your challenges in the face and let it be known that I own you. That's how you gotta talk to your challenge. I'm real goofy, so that's how you gotta do. I own you. You gotta put the eyebrow to the challenge. You gotta let the challenge know, hey, I ain't playing. I'm not playing. You gotta get real nasty with the challenges, because sometimes they come 2 at a time, 13 at a time, from every different angle. Sometimes you just don't even know. You can't breathe. You don't know where to go. Now you're in cruise control, but now you speeding. Now it's a huge issue. And that's how you get into this method I like to call is the broken arrow. So, a broken arrow could be one or two things. A broken arrow could be, let me really explain this to you guys. I want you to truly understand this and take this. If you take nothing home from this podcast, I want you to really understand the method of the broken arrow. So a broken arrow is like a songbird. What is a songbird's job? A songbird's job is to make beautiful music, simply put. Let's say the songbird voice just disappears one day. That's a broken arrow. That's not an excuse, that's a fact. That's a broken arrow. A songbird job is to sing. The voice just disappeared. Just like that. That's a broken arrow. But so then you have other type of broken arrows. You have people who, let's say, let me give you another wild example, but try to keep it with the animals. A lion. A lion wants to feed his family. Specifically, he wants to feed his family gazelles. He cannot hunt a gazelle. For some reason, he just cannot catch a gazelle these days. He cannot. That's his prey, and he just can't do it. It's just not happening. Every time he tries, he comes up short. He go out, he chases the gazelle down, goes to attack. Gazelle gets loose. He cannot do it. So he goes back to his family and says, we can't eat. Can't eat. So it's because he cannot catch another animal, or because he cannot catch gazelle. Do you see where I'm going with that? So it's not he in his pride is willing to let his family starve because he told them he was going to bring them a specific thing, but because he or she cannot bring the family that specific gazelle, he refuses to let the family eat. That's another broken arrow. So which broken arrow would you like to be, number 1 or number 2? I don't know about y'all, but if I'm going to be a broken arrow, or I'm going to deal with anything in that dilemma, I'm going to choose number 1, because it's still something else to do. Now the songbird just has to learn a new hobby, a new taste, a new funk, something. This lion is willing to let he or she is willing to let his whole family starve just because he couldn't reach the goal that he felt he needed to reach to be a provider for his family. That's a broken arrow. That's a true broken arrow. So number 2 is something you do not want to do in life, You just don't want to do it. Because me personally, I don't feel like starving. Starving can be so many ways. Your pockets can be starving. You can physically be starving, but either way, it's not a good feeling. I personally cannot say I starved before, but I know people who have starved. I have witnessed true starvation, and it is not pretty, guys, obviously. But the worst starvation, not food, not money, it's when you starving in ambition and dreams, when you just don't have that get up and go about you. You just don't have that fire in your belly. You just don't have that thing that resonates, that should resonate, make you get out of bed, ready for whatever. Whether you're a lawyer, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a financial advisor, whether you're a firefighter, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a stripper, I don't care. I don't care where you work, whether you're a waitress, whether you're a janitor. You should never starve your fire. your passion, that grit about you. If you don't have no grit, you not living, people. Simply put, if you don't have any grit, you are not living. I don't starve. I refuse to starve because I'm too hungry. I'm way too hungry. So sometimes you just have to face facts, who you are. I mean, are you broken arrow number 2? Are you in cruise control? Are you afraid of getting deep in your environment? Did you or did you not break up with your old self, but wondering why you're still getting the same results? Because you're taking the same approach. You cannot take the same approach day in and day out and have the audacity to be upset or frustrated or sad or get down on yourself or even quit because you're getting the same results, but you're doing the same approach. Switch it up. Don't misunderstand yourself. Remember what we spoke about earlier in this podcast. You have to break up with your old self. That's real stuff, people. It's real stuff. And, I'm about to almost be out of here because, like I said before, I'm a scatterbrain. So I hit it where it hurts, We touched a lot of stuff. I just hope you learn something from this. I hope you got something out of this, whoever you are, wherever you are. I hope you press play and this really does something for you with whatever you're dealing with, because I felt like just sharing my below sea level moment. I don't think I've never had one of these moments, and if I did, I didn't have it this long to want to speak on it or think about it. I mean, I really feel like these last 2 months have just been very challenging to me, but as I am right now versus 2 weeks ago, I kept saying, I'm having bad days. I'm having bad days. Till I listened to this podcast. And Eric Thomas, I believe, he said, I don't have bad days. I have character building days. And man, that did something for me. That phrase there stopped me in my complete tracks, people. It's like my brain was just zapped with just joy. Like, whoa, you got this, Ashanti. Like, you got this. Whatever you're going through, you got this. So I'm not into looking like I have it all. I have an Instagram. I have social medias. I'm not saying I'm stone age. I'm 22. Come on, I flex for the gram. I do it for the vine. But I feel like we misunderstand real life with our social life. You can't be one thing on Instagram, but your peers and coworkers see you as something completely different. You got to choose a side. Get out of cruise control. Break up with your old self. And get deep in yourself, get deep in that environment and latch on to what's positive so that you don't become a broken arrow, so that you never have to see how it feels to starve, and always face facts, because I'm personally not into looking like I have it all. So on that note, I'm going to call it a wrap. First and foremost, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you took a lot of things from this podcast and apply it to whatever you see fit. Share it with anybody, whomever you think will benefit from it, please, on any social network. And you can tag me, comment, shout out. Let's just get this network going. That's what I came here for. I want to meet some interesting people. Get back at me. I want to hear your comments. Write a review. You can follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, anything. Same username. It's Grind to the Green. I made a real user-friendly, no caps. Once again, that's Grind to the Green. So on my social medias, you can look up and you expect to find anything with self-development, health and wellness, sports, poetry, and just speaking, influencing positivity. That's what I'm about. I'm a real Fitbit, not just physically, but mentally and my soul too. So, once again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Also, I'm going to be trying to make this happen Monday at 6 a.m., Wednesday, 11 p.m., and Sunday, 12 a.m. So no excuses. It's 3 times catching me. I'm trying to catch the early birds, the late night crawlers on the hump days, and the people Sunday morning, right before church, right after church. Let's get it. Stay true, everybody. Be easy. I'm out.